This video shows you how to set up your price list. A well-designed price list will save you time, lead to consistent pricing, and contribute to your overall profitability. On the left is the price list as it will appear when you're adding an invoice. On the right are the details about the item that is highlighted on the left, in this case, blouse. The first field is the description of the item as it will appear on the invoice. The second is the plural. If you select more than one blouse, the program will add an S. Click this checkbox if you want to add colors to your blouses. If it's an item like a valet bag, then remove the check mark from the box. This is the base price for a blouse before any upcharges. I'll skip over the discount field. For more information on it, pause the video, switch to CleanSuite, and click your mouse on the Help F1 button. Do you charge extra if a blouse is white? If so, enter the amount in this field and your blouses will be automatically upcharged when you select white from the color list. If you don't charge extra for white, well, enter a 0. For the Change All Prices button, again switch to CleanSuite, click on this button and then press F1 for help. Enter the number of pieces for each garment. A blouse is 1 dry clean piece. A 2-piece suit is 2 pieces. These numbers are important if you're using CleanSuite to print your garment tags. People often call us and report that the program is not giving the correct number of pieces. This is because they've forgotten to put a number in one of these fields. Click these to turn taxes on and off. You might charge an environmental fee on dry cleaning, but not on repairs. If you need to change or delete taxes, save your changes in the price list, and then in the menu click on Change Taxes. This button is only visible if you have the touchscreen turned on. Left-click your mouse to pick an image, right-click to delete. The next two fields, category and subcategory, are only used in the category report. This report can show you how much dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, etc. that you've done today, last week, last month, or over any other time period. Or you can find out how much work you've promised for tomorrow. To pick a category, click your mouse on this field. Use the subcategory if you want a category broken down into more detail. For example, you might create a dry cleaning subcategory for comforters and wedding dresses. By doing this, the report might tell you that you did $5,000 in dry cleaning, $700 of which was for wedding dresses and $500 for comforters. A note about laundered shirts. The program remembers your customer's starch and hung fold preferences, but you must have the laundry shirt category set to laundry and the subcategory set to shirt. For a description of the item type field, click on the Help button. Unless you are absolutely clear on what this field is used for and how it works, leave this field blank. To remove a value, left-click on the field and press the Delete key. To add or delete categories, subcategories, or item types, right-click the mouse on the field. Upcharges. This next section covers upcharges. This is one of the most important areas of the program. It helps you keep your pricing consistent and can be the biggest contributor to your profitability. After all, if you're doing the work, you should get paid for it. In this example, we'll look at the blouse upcharge. To access the upcharges, press the F11 key or click the Upcharge button. These are the upcharges we give you in the sample price list. The description column is what will appear on the invoice, and the amount you charge is listed in the upcharge column. In this example, the base price for a blouse is $5, but if you select beaded, $2.25 is added to the price. Note that an upcharge does not have to be used for increasing a price. In this list of upcharges, if child's is selected, $1 is subtracted from the price. If press only is selected, $2.50 is subtracted. The piece column is only used if the upcharge represents an additional item. For example, let's look at the suit upcharge. A suit is 2 pieces, but if you have an upcharge for an extra skirt, extra pants, or vest, then put a 1 in this column. You'll also notice there's a men's and women's upcharge without any price. In this case, selecting the upcharge simply adds a descriptive word to the garment. You can also use this to add brand names such as Ports, Boss, Armani, etc. If you want to add an upcharge but don't want it printed on the invoice, remove the check mark from the Print Description column. Valid is only used in the upcharge report. This report tells you how well each employee is applying upcharges. If an item has a negative value, such as child's or press only, remove the check marks. You don't want to penalize your staff if they select a negative upcharge. You also do not want a check mark on descriptive words such as men's or Armani. The same with king, queen, and standard size bedspreads. These types of entry are not true upcharges. The allow multiple column is usually unchecked. It prevents you and your staff from accidentally adding more than one upcharge to an item. For example, you would never add more than one silk upcharge to a blouse. A blouse is either silk or it isn't. However, if a blouse has buttons that need to be removed and replaced, and you charge by the button, you need to be able to specify how many buttons. Other situations where you allow multiples would be drapes by the pleat or zippers by the inch. The last column that I'm going to talk about is the with column. This is used to make a friendlier invoice. If this column is blank, the upcharge name comes before the garment. For example, silk has nothing in this column, so the invoice will show one silk blouse. If you have a blouse with sequins, you probably don't want the invoice to read one sequins blouse. Instead, you want it to read one blouse with sequins. To achieve this, put the word with in this column, and the words with sequins will come after the word blouse. Another example is in the press only line. A comma in this field puts the word press only after the word blouse. So it would be one blouse, comma, press only. So the rule is, leave the field blank if you want the upcharge name to appear before the item. Put any word or punctuation mark in the with column to have the upcharge name appear after the item. I recommend you keep your lists alphabetical, but if you wish, there are times when you might want to click on the move up and move down buttons to change the order of the items. For example, you probably have far more silk blouses than you do satin, so put silk at the beginning of the S's. This makes it easier because when you're adding a silk blouse, pressing S for silk will take you to the first item, which will be silk. Otherwise, you would have to type SI to get to silk. To add an upcharge, press the F5 key. To delete an existing upcharge, highlight it and press F6. For more on using the upcharge list, go into CleanSuite and click on the Help button. To save your changes, click on the Save button or press F12. That's the end of this session. For more on changing price lists, click on the Help button.